Salutations, brothers and sisters. You're tuned in to QKJJ.
Yes.
I'm Queen Jam.
And I'm King Jerry. And welcome everybody. First and foremost, we want to say happy what? Right now is
Friday. Yes, happy Friday. Absolutely. It's finally the weekend. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Mm-hmm. Enjoy yourself. Do everything that you wanted to do and make sure you get everything done that you have to get done.
Absolutely. And with that being said, since we are running into the weekend, how was your week, Queen?
My week was good. It was a lot going on. It was a little going on. It was a mixture. It was interesting.
A true mixture?
Yeah, I worked a lot this week, put in some overtime, so I'm happy. It's going to be looking good on my check. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know what?
What about you?
Oh, what about me? You know what? To be honest with you, the work week, or in general, it was filled with a lot of balancing energy, and there was a lot of growth there as well too. And I'm happy that I personally was able to get a lot of things done, specifically things that will help me progress further.
And yes, those are I know what you're talking about.
Absolutely, and those are actually going to be some further lessons that we will have for you. And keep tuning in to QKJJ podcast, because today is going to be a beautiful episode.
Yes, absolutely. So, do you have anything new going on, or anything special that you wanted to talk about before we delve into today's episode?
Absolutely. You know what? And I'm only going to say absolutely again because this is a beautiful moment, especially within the family. We have a little one coming into our family. Absolutely. You know, my sister is having a beautiful niece, or I'm having a beautiful niece. She's having a beautiful baby girl.
Yes.
And, you know, on the other hand of that, you know, we are losing someone within our family too as well, which is
one going, one coming, cycle of life.
Exactly, cycle of life. My grandfather, you know, on my father's side, he is leaving, and dealing with older age. So live a healthy 88 years. And again, this is just a cycle of life. When one in our family is leaving, another is coming into. So we can only ask for celebrations and especially a happy vibe or a positive vibe.
But absolutely. I'm so excited for your sister. She looks very elated.
Absolutely. You know, when you're dealing with a new life, we all should be excited. And especially when it comes to a family. But on the other hand, too, things happen within family. So we have to take care with each situation.
Yes, and each other. Absolutely. Well, do you want to reflect on last week? Do you have anything that you want to talk about last week? Because that was all about adding more flavor and flavoring up your language and your communication, stuff like that.
Yes. So specifically dealing with adding more flavor, I would advise anyone that has not gone outside of their own culture, definitely bridge yourself out to other people and their culture. You know, get in tune with others' heritage and try to vibe out and see if you can make better correlation or better relationships with other people that either you know, you've never in general met before, or am looking to, or you are in general looking to meet other people specific outside of your own culture, outside of your own race, in heritage, religion, whatever the case may be. I think it's important that we all take that in mind, and that should add to everyone's flavor. It's having a little bit in that pot, having a little bit of flavor within that pot.
Yes, mix it up, because just starting that conversation with people of different cultures, you will just open your mind to so many different things that you never even thought of. And just taking a trip sometimes, because you never know. Just never know.
That's true. Now, do you think?
I think what I wanted to ask you was last week. Do you think that we should have covered curse words, because some people decorate their words with curse words? They can be spicy.
Yeah. You know what? I'll say this: with given the right for your freedom to speak and express yourself, these also in tune will bring about words that we call curse words. Depending on how you're using them, absolutely. Do I expect you to, what's the terminology, be a sailor? Possibly not. And
Yeah.
again, this is, something that we want to go about and have that feeling within the community in general or those that are listening. Is how do you feel about the actual or covering curse words? Breaking down the actual meaning between the two, but how do you all feel about it? And some occasions, I think it's needed.
Yes.
Some occasions, I think it's needed.
Yes, it adds a little spice, a little flavor to your language sometimes. Sometimes there's other ways of expressing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but I know for me, I like to decorate my language a lot sometimes with French, but I've also learned that you have to learn how to tactfully get your point across and
Mm-hmm.
curse someone out without using a single curse word. Because if I know some people have seen this, you've seen times where people have just gotten someone completely together and did not curse once, and you were just like, how did they do that? It just
Mm-hmm.
all comes in training and preparation and being a wordsmith. Really, you have to get your words down.
Absolutely, and that really does come with bettering yourself and actually taking the time to improving yourself. With that being said, too, do you hold true to your goals set last episode?
Yes, did you hold true to your goals that we set last episode?
Mm-hmm.
I know personally, did some writing, but I was still electronically writing. I wasn't just naked, free with no what's it called, spell check or anything like that. I need to turn my spell check off and just write freely because I did do some reading and some writing, but it was still electronically. So I'm trying to delete a little bit of the electronics out. What about you?
Mine was dealing with memory. Specifically, I did go back to the child game of I Declare War,
Yeah.
or anything dealing with numbers to challenge the mind. Um, More so, I've been dealing with the reading aspect, the numeral portion or the numeric portion behind it. I've just been paying attention, little small things. I mean, simple counting, whether that's
Yeah.
day by day, few minutes, playing around with addition, subtraction, whether you're talking about finances, things like
Yeah.
that. Understanding that portion of the numerals or that coding of numbers, get that down pat first.
Absolutely, because we're part of the generation. Well, I know my math teacher personally told everybody in our classroom, now that you're in geometry,
Mm,
just don't think about. You don't have to remember anything. You just
mm,
use your calculator.
mm.
That's all you're gonna have to use for the rest of your life. Don't even worry about it. So we've really become dependent on our technology and things like that. But we have to just really make your strengthen up your brain and get your practice in because our parents know how to do the discount in their head of 20% off of something, but we will stand in the store all day. People in our generation will say, well, where's that little price sheet where it shows you how to take the 20% off? Like, so we just have to work on ourselves, really. It's a commitment.
I hope we're able to do more than 20% in
Absolutely,
our head.
absolutely. But I mean, some people aren't. Honestly,
Right,
that's why they have the chart there. They're like,
right,
forget about it. They're like dumbing you down in a way. I feel.
absolutely. But moving on from that, because our whole purpose is not only positive energy, but also growth and improving, encouragement. Everything that we're going to give you today, especially this next segment, which is our man news.
Yes, media absent news, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Please take your time and do your research regarding incidences, whether it's being covered or not. But one we're going to specifically talk about. Hold out your hands, you guys. We just want you to do this right quick. Just hold out your hands. Trust me. Hold out your hands. Trust
Yes.
me. Okay, cool. So, however you have your hands out, whether that's palms towards your face, Or if you have your palms away from your face, you'll notice some tips around 10 of your fingers. Now, if you don't happen to have 10 fingers, we do apologize if you happen to miss a few appendages, but we want you to pay attention to the nails. The
Yes.
nails. Today, we will be talking about nails and our media apps and news. Queen, hit it.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already heard this story and are probably involved, but I'm going to readdress. Customer Christina Thomas and her grandmother were unable to leave a nail salon in Brooklyn, New York, when they refused to pay for an effed up eyebrow service. They were attacked by the salon workers with broomsticks, dustpans, etc., while being filmed by other patrons. Video taken from Facebook shows the altercation. It has been reposted on several different media platforms, sparking outrage, and Mercy Maduka witnessed the dispute, recorded the video, then posted on social media saying, "So I'm at the nail salon and they effed up a lady's eyebrow and she refused to pay for it. She refused to pay for it. Then a fight broke out, hitting them like animals." So, of course, cops arrived and arrested a salon worker and Christina. Hayu Zen, who's 32, was charged with assault, menacing, and criminal possession of a weapon. Christina, Tom- Christina Thomas was also charged with misdemeanor assault. They were both released on their own recognizance, but Tiana Smalls reposted the video, as many others did, and began a boycott of the nail salon. In her Instagram post, which you have to view for yourself, honestly, just remember that self research is key.
Absolutely.
She talks about how we should not continue to support these businesses that do not support us.
That's true.
And Smalls posted asking everyone to meet her near the location of the nail salon at 10 a.m. Her, along with supporters, were able to close the business down. Since Monday, this business has been closed. I've recently looked on her Instagram page before we filmed this episode, and it's just gotten bigger. The business is still closed down, and they have a lot of different literature all over the front of the building. So, following the positive turnout, she posted again saying that she was just happy that she was able to use her clout for something positive. And that's mad respect, Queen. Like,
Absolutely.
that's mad respect.
Mad
like, I
respect.
really do appreciate what she did and just using her voice, the voice that she had to make something different. And some things, all other things that I found out as well while looking on her page was that one of the girls was actually cut with an eyebrow razor during the altercation.
Wow.
And the young woman that you see towards the end getting hit with the broomsticks, she is actually a 58-year young woman. Okay? So, petition has been started. You can view those details on her page as well.
Please.
And tomorrow is the National Nail Salon Blackout Day, August 11th. On this day, they encourage you to go to a black-owned nail salon. Or just don't get your nails done at all.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just be doing this for this day. This needs to be going forward.
Please and thank you.
And you can lodge a formal complaint against them with the Department of Licensing. Details on her page as well. And ladies, I just want to take this time right here because it's just us, okay? And we really need to talk. This shouldn't have taken this long, honestly. Under no circumstance should it take you getting beat for you to realize that there needs to be a change. When your sisters win, you win. Just because the light is gleaming on one sister doesn't in any way diminish or dull yours. We need to stick together when times are good as well. We need to celebrate, eat, and bellow together. Build your tribe while you can, my fellow queens. It's important. It's essential.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Our next man,
Yes. On a little lighter note.
a little lighter note, we're gonna come at you with some media apps and news. Wesley Bell. This is a lawyer and the son of a police officer that developed a national profile as a criminal justice reformer. In the wake of the Michael Brown shooting, he watched the city of Ferguson, Missouri erupt outside his window. It's been almost 4 years since the prosecutor of St. Louis County announced that a grand jury would not bring charges against Darren Wilson, the police officer who shot and killed Michael Brown, an unarmed black man. Robert McCullough is a prosecutor who declined to charge Darren Wilson. And on Tuesday, in a Democratic primary race, Wesley Bell beat Robert McCullough. It was the first time in 27 years the McCullough had faced an opponent. 27
years, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Think about this.
Please look into this. Make sure you read this article. Make sure you follow Wesley Bell as well.
Please just stop and think about this. In a span of 27 years,
who knows what he's done?
One individual has been running unopposed. Okay? That individual, I'm sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it was about time. And it is about time.
Yes, yes.
We actually look forward to the betterment of black people. Of course, black plans that Bell has going forward. Of course, we have to continue to follow in his steps and work from within the system to change it. Honestly, with them deciding to reopen the Michael Brown case, his mother, Miss Leslie McSpadden, I just want to make sure that Mrs. McSpadden is correctly identified here. She announced a few hours ago that she will be running for Ferguson City Council. Everybody, let's go ahead and put our hands clap, please and thank you. Because one thing is, if you're tired of something happening within the community, get your butt up and go ahead and get it.
Yes, change something. We're going to be following her as well. She will get through this, and she's going to make sure that she wins for Ferguson City Council, because that is big, and I'm happy for her. Absolutely. So happy she's doing that.
Absolutely. And you know, on top of this story too, just to really, paint just an overall picture of what we should understand. You think about a mother's love and how far that mother will go, not only for her child, but then stop just thinking about that small portion, because a lot of people just stop at, this is just my child, which again, given for that parent to feel that way. But she took it a step further, which we all kind of saw it coming, but this woman took it a step further. She really has the community behind her, and it takes someone that's going through tremendous pain to be able to open themselves back up and think about someone else's child.
Yes.
Of how this same situation does and can happen.
Yes.
To someone else's child.
Too many black moms out there are too familiar with this scenario. It's unfair. It's very unfair.
Very much so. But with that being said, we only want to go ahead and give these roses to these individuals while we still have them here, because too many times we don't give the roses and we don't give the respect for these individuals while they are here. Yes. And again, if you have an issue with what's going on in your community, step out there, get around some individuals that want to listen to you, build the necessary foundations, and move. Yes,
don't think just because you're one person, your voice won't be heard, because there's 10 other people that are thinking that same way, and that's 11 people whose voices aren't going to get heard.
Exactly.
So you need to take that negative thought process out of your mind and do something. Even if you think it's small, do something. You can call, you can write, you have a platform. Whether you realize it or not, you have the ability to accomplish things.
Matter of fact, bigger than that, you have a voice. And key point is you have a voice. It's best for you to use it than lose it, just like your mind.
Yes.
Utilizing. And with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and keep this positive energy rolling.
Yes.
Come on, keep it up, 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 keep it up. Follow with us, because you already know what it's time for. Our Black inspiration, positive energy,
and honesty and smile pledge.
And to start that, we say, to the best of our knowledge, we will be honest without compromising ourselves
or any parties who wish to take part.
Doing your own research is a necessity. Check your emotions at the door and embrace pure facts.
Most importantly, remember to always smile because you have the weapon of knowledge.
Yes. And our quote today.
Yes.
Positive shout out.
If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Frederick Douglass.
Did you just hear that? Again, let's bring that back one more time.
If there is no struggle, then there is no progress.
Frederick Douglass. I think Mr. Douglass gone too soon. And I think we should all think about individuals' words like that. Why we say gone too soon, not the fact of the person, but the memory that we have behind people. We sometimes forget those individuals, their words, their encouragement. We forget these individuals. And I'm happy that we can at least get a portion or a fraction of those individuals by their words. And that's why we said your voice is important. It's very important. Please get your voice across, because you don't know when it's going to impact. And again, like that mother, like many mothers out there, like your body. How about this? If your body doesn't go through certain portions of struggle, how do you expect yourself to grow and get stronger?
Oh, absolutely.
So
you gotta push through that last set.
You gotta push right through that last set. And with that, and with that again, when there is a struggle, whether that's within yourself, within your home, community, your tribe, your actual nation within itself, fix it. And you as an individual, like Queen said, you can start, you can inspire 11 other people, and those 11 other people can inspire hundreds, and those inspire, it just goes to thousands, millions, and you already know it goes on from there, people. But
absolutely. But this quote, it just hit home for us personally this week, because we're trying to record 2 episodes back to back, because we have just been working so hard and we've had little time for all of our many jobs that we have. This isn't a job, but it's something that we enjoy, and it's something that we do have to make time for, just like everything else that we do during the day. So without further ado, this week's topic is esteem, self-esteem.
Yes. Do you have it?
Do you want it?
Do you know what it is?
Okay, so let's break it down. Let's break it on down.
Please.
So let's break down self, and then we'll break down esteem, and then we'll dig right into it.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with self first. Self, that's a noun. A person's essential being that distinguishes them from others, especially considered as the object of introspection or reflective action. Pretty much ego, I, oneself, persona, your identity, character, personality, your soul, spirit, mind, inner being, you, self, etymology in
Yes,
particular.
absolutely. And self can be a noun, pronoun, adjective, or a verb.
Mhm.
And the etymology of self, it is a Germanic origin, Dutch zelf, and then German selbel, selb, possibly. Yes, selb. So that comes together to give self. Old English or Germanic origin related to Dutch zelf and German selb. Early used was emphatic, emphasizing the sense of, well, like King said, myself, I, he, himself, etc. And the verb dates back to the early 20th century.
Going to the esteem portion, you guys. This is also a noun. Respect and admiration, typically for a person.
Yep.
The etymology behind esteem. Latin, estimer. Old French, estime. Esteemer. Esteemer?
Yeah, estimer.
Estimer. Now, in the Latin, estimer, to estimate. And then of course, it got transferred over to the Old English. And then, of course, pushed into the Middle English, which is esteem, worth, reputation. Now, with this being Middle English as a noun in the sense of worth or reputation from Old French, um, the verb was originally in the Latin sense, also um, praise, compare with esteem, used figuratively to mean
The assess of the merit.
mm-hmm, current senses date from the 16th century. So overall,
Some old words, you guys. You gotta do your
mm-hmm,
etymology on them.
pretty much to estimate. So self esteem is to self estimate yourself.
Yes.
Let's just put that into a summarize. Do you know your self worth, you guys?
Yes.
Okay, that's what self esteem is knowing your self worth.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to touch on this topic because with everything that we go through, whether it be work, school, home, relationships, personal obligations, etc., it's a lot to handle, and keeping yourself motivated is essential. Hopefully, these tips will keep you feeling esteemed.
Absolutely. So, first tip is be aware. Okay? Be aware of the way you are talking to yourself out loud and in your head.
Mm-hmm.
You want to avoid as much negative self talk as possible. If your thoughts tend to get the best of you,
Mm-hmm.
just remember that they are just thoughts, they are not facts. Instead, you can meditate or create a positive mantra or chant that works for you.
Okay, so you mean to tell me I have to be aware about how I talk to myself out loud and inside my head?
Yep.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that you want me to avoid any type of negative self-talk as possible?
Yes, because whether we realize it or not, and I didn't even want, we're not even going to get into this, but there's a lot of things that we don't realize that we talk to ourselves like. We negatively address ourselves just to deal with things and to try to conquer things before they happen to us. So it's something that we really, especially as black people,
Mm-hmm.
we really have to be aware of, because even though that person may see you as that,
Mm-hmm.
you are not that. You are you, a queen or a king.
Correct.
And that is all that needs to be said.
A good one with that one is being aware of how you talk to yourself as well too. As I notice is how we also talk to others as well. So just please be
Mm-hmm.
aware because I've seen sometimes when people say, oh, that person is better, that child is bad. Keep in mind that person is hearing what you're saying too. So I'm pretty sure they're going to reinvent or reassert that into their own head as well. So
Mm-hmm.
please be aware as a parent. Be careful on how you're approaching your child and how you're really pushing that energy off, because you're going to reutilize that same word and chanting it
Yes,
over
we're
and
gonna
over again.
internalize that
Hmm.
that thought process.
So, like they said, please avoid as much negative self talk as possible. Dropping gems.
Yes, absolutely. Next king, that's all you.
Change core. And we all have a story that shapes our inner self. It's our core foundation on which we continue to build ourselves. If we wish to change them, then you have to understand where the story is coming from and where we have received the messages we tell ourselves. Whose voice are we internalizing?
You just talked about that king.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mostly, they are negative ones like you're lazy or you're fat. We start to believe these thoughts when um, even though they aren't true, pretty much. We start to trick ourselves. Positive, and again, repeat this, positive,
Positive, yes.
and if I say it another time, it means it's important.
Positive. It's
Positive.
gonna be on the test.
Mm-hmm. Affirmations can help improve you and
Your
your internal voice.
yes. Good, good.
Now, next to that one, we want to,
Avoid compare and despair. Okay?
mm-hmm,
Two key things to always practice are acceptance and to stop comparing yourself to others.
mm-hmm,
We emphasize this because just because someone seems happy
mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean this is true.
That's true.
And with this huge media age that we live in now, this is very essential. And comparisons can only lead to negative self talk, which leads to anxiety and stress. Feeling of low self worth can lead to really negative can lead to really affecting your mental health negatively.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention work, relationships, and your physical health.
Okay, so I just got to slow down to make sure everybody caught that, queen. Okay,
Hmm.
so you mean to tell me that not only when someone else is giving me negative talk, then on top of me giving myself negative talk, then that leads me to have more anxiety and stress,
Yes,
which is going to end up internally messing with me as well too.
yes.
Mm.
Hmm. This is real. It's something that you really have to make sure you're paying attention to. Because even though it's something that can just go on without you even thinking about it, you have to make sure you think about everything that you're thinking and everything that you're doing.
You know what? And with that being said, because I know you mentioned earlier too, some people may overthink, and with the comparisons too, it's hard not to, because we do live in a day and age where you can see someone else either doing something, having something, or acquiring something, which either you in yourself want to acquire, or you just feel like you have to have it.
Hmm.
It's important to keep in mind that, like Queen said, that person may have it and think that they are happy, and you may look at them and think that they are happy. In reality, just like the beginning of this, their self worth and how they internalize themselves was either with a material aspect or what they thought.
Hmm.
It's important to keep yourself on a positive aspect, and please keep yourself aware that you are and you need to channel your inner queen and king.
Yes, a lot of self-made billionaires and a lot of billionaires in general, millionaires, they don't flash as much as those with less possessions do. That's all I have to say. Moving on to the next topic.
Moving on to the next topic. And that will be channeling your inner queen and king. The only reason why I really want to pull this out to everyone and stopping all the comparisons that ends up happening, because what an important figure, Mr. Albert Einstein, said, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. We all
That's
have
such a
strengths
beautiful quote.
and
I'm
weaknesses.
sorry.
I mean,
That
really,
is so beautiful because people really do that. People really do that.
yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, and we all have strengths and weaknesses, but you cannot let these define your core worth. Recognize your strengths and confidence in what you are capable of, even if you fail or mess up. You know, we're all going to end up going through
Yes.
some mess ups.
Hmm.
And something to remember that is most important um, is the fact that you tried. Is that still worth something, Queen?
Yeah, apparent. Don't get me started, but apparently it's not sometimes. But you have to have that confidence in yourself and say, "Hey, I did my best."
Yeah.
I understand that person may not feel as though that was my best, but
Mm-hmm.
I did my best because I remember when we were at dealing with that one situation and that person, and we told them what we were going through, and they were like, "Well, those are just excuses. Those
Mm-hmm.
aren't actual solutions to the problem." And it's just like, well, I'm telling you, I'm doing everything that I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what else to pull out and try and serve you on this plate. This is all that I can give you, and that's just metaphorically speaking.
Yes.
But continue.
Going with this is it's most important that you tried your best and you accomplished it the way that that inner queen, that inner king would. You are a queen, you are a king. Exercise that. Really understand your self worth.
Hmm. And that takes us right into the next tip is exercise.
Oh yes.
So studies have shown a correlation between exercise and higher self-esteem. I wonder why.
Hmm.
Exercising also helps with mental health as well.
Mm-hmm.
Exercising organizes your entire day around self-care. Make a to-do list of all the things that you have to do, but schedule in time where you are to do nothing but relax.
Mm-hmm.
See how it feels, and find something fun like yoga, weightlifting, or boxing. See which one wakes your core and begs for more.
And you know what? Fun fact, Queen.
What?
Exercising actually helps you live longer.
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
if this was not a real fun fact, do your own research because that's exactly what we told you to do.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, more than likely, if you're taking the time out to take care of your body, just like anything else, you take time to take care of other people, you take time to take care of your car, your house, finances.
Yes. Everything else around
Mm-hmm. You even take time for your food.
you. Yes. Yes. Yes.
People
We do.
actually put time for the food. So
Hmm.
put time for yourself too as well.
Yes, because I was about to put food before this podcast because I was trying to figure out how I was gonna get some fish before we started recording. But there
This
was,
is true. This is all true.
but that was self help though. We got up this morning, we exercised.
Mm-hmm.
So I was planning my whole day around just eating a nice blackened salmon, some corn in the salad,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna have to move that meal to the next day because the fish that we wanted wasn't available. So anyway, moving
Mm-hmm.
on.
The next rant.
Exactly. Moving on.
So our next one is do unto others,
Yes.
and being of service to someone takes you out of your own head, of
Mhm.
course, out of your own comfort zone. If you find something to be proud of, it helps to recognize your self worth. Whether it's donating to your favorite charity or helping your community soup kitchens, I mean, really putting yourself back into your community and giving back, it will be the most rewarding experience of your life.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Really doing for others, and honestly, a lot of people I mean, this is the basis to me of life. We all have a choice, and the choice is whether we want to help someone or not. Give them information that's going to pertain to their life or their struggle, or at least help them get out of what they're going through at that moment in time, and hopefully for the remainder. This is the importance of life to me, is simply helping one another, because we all we have at the end of the day. Let's keep it real.
We lean on one another.
Mm-hmm.
Lean on me, and I
Mm-hmm.
lean on you, and we'll lean on each other.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Now, forgiveness is
Yes,
also key.
yes. Forgiveness is huge. That's the next tip. It's there. Is there someone in your life that you haven't forgiven? An ex-partner or a family member or even yourself? You guys really think about this. And by holding on to feelings of bitterness or resentment, this keeps ourselves stuck in a cycle of negativity.
Mm-hmm.
If we haven't forgiven ourselves, shame will keep you in this same loop.
Mm-hmm.
We are loving creatures by nature, despite what anyone may tell you. So when you forgive others, it brings you right back to directly connect with that loving nature.
Mm-hmm.
We're lovers. We love one another. There's things that happen from day to day and throughout your life as you develop that chips away at that inner child that's in you that is very loving. But you have to still learn how to embrace it and sometimes take your cues from babies. You'll see them all the time, and they're just like they don't care who you are, what you look like. They're hi,
Mm-hmm.
hi. You know how many people would just their day would change just by you noticing them
Mm-hmm.
and just saying hi. Some people, that's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. Just a simple head.
Yeah,
And even if you don't want to do all of that, head nod, whatever the case it may be, you know.
exactly. Do the smile with the lips really tight.
Smile with lips really tight right now. Go ahead and picture that right now. We're just gonna do that for 2 seconds, right quick.
Everyone knows the face where you're saying like but you're not making the actual noise.
Hmm.
Even if you do that, just start with that and then grow.
Make those sheets nice and tight, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now eliminate the and you got it.
You got it. Pay attention to the road.
Yes, exactly. Please pay attention to the road.
Now, you are not your circumstances, of course. This is very, very important.
Yes.
Learning learning to differentiate in general between your circumstances and who you are is key to self-worth. A lot of times, we all have a hard time recognizing your inner worth and love. We have a hard time recognizing your inner worth, and we have a hard time loving your imperfect self.
Mm-hmm.
We're not perfect. We're working on it. We won't all the way get there, but we're working on it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With that security, you are free to grow, obviously, because if you recognize that you are worth more than what society is pushing out to you, sometimes it happens.
Yes.
Closer than that, of some individuals not giving you your own self-worth, but you have to realize that.
Yes, and you have to realize that even there are going to be some times where you are imperfect and you have to love that imperfect self. And you learn from it and you grow. And when you're secure in that, you can grow. No one can take that from you.
Never. No one can take away your happiness.
So, babe, do you want to tell everyone who our sponsors, or do we just want to cut to a word from our sponsors?
You know what? I think I just want to cut a word from my sponsors, please.
Hi, you guys. I'm Jam.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are still our own sponsors. Yay!
And if you guys would like to be our sponsors, you know how to contact us.
Yes, qk.jj at hotmail.com. All right. And you already know QK qk.jj on Instagram. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll get to all those details later. But either way, we're sponsoring ourselves and we are proud. Okay?
Proud of it. You gotta stand on that backbone.
Yes, we are proud.
Ooh.
So we remixed it up this week,
Mm-hmm.
and we're ending the show with the love sack topic.
Love sack.
Yes, love sack. So we touched on a lot today,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like the episode was pretty heavy in the beginning. It got a little loose.
Mm-hmm.
But, the world is a heavy place to be in. So, with all that said, for the remainder of your week, just make sure to spread more love.
Please.
Okay? To those around you and to yourself, despite what may happen after you're finished listening to this or the day after. Just remember that love conquers all, love overcomes all obstacles.
And actually, on top of that, love on yourself more this week and focus on your inner core, your inner thoughts. Make sure they are positive, of course, and boost your self esteem, your self worth. Please,
Yes.
please, please. What you need to be doing the same way you go to the banks and put your money in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a deposit of self-esteem worth. Okay,
Cha-ching, okay.
Cha-ching.
Yes.
Rack them rakes up. Rack the rakes up when it comes to your self-esteem, please, and find something in yourself to love. This shouldn't be hard because, in case no one has told you today,
you rock.
You are the shiznit for shizzamanism.
Okay, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
You are not your circumstance. Remember this.
Please love yourself.
And be confident in you. Okay.
No one else is you. You are you. No one can tell you you are not who you say you are.
Absolutely. Oh, that's straight up, you guys. But that is not all. But that is all for now.
And remember, like Queen said, to write us at qk. or period, whichever one you like, jj@hotmail.com. Again, that's qk.jj @hotmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at baby
qk.jj.
Rate, review, and
subscribe.
Ring that bell.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Embrace the facts.
Okay? Conduct your own research because
just like we did at the beginning.
To the best of our knowledge, we will be honest without compromising ourselves or any parties who wish to take part.
Doing your own research is a necessity. Check your emotions at the door and embrace pure facts. And most importantly,
remember, always smile because you have the weapon of knowledge.
One more time, always
smile
because you have the
of knowledge. Okay?
Go read a book.
Yes. Until next time, QKJJ, Queen Jam,
and King Jerry out.